USC. Just a couple things before we start. Please silence your cell phones. There is no video recording or flash photography allowed during the press conference, but there are the video distribution sites just across the tunnel. Go out the back, straight across. When you ask a question, if you have one, just raise your hand. We'll bring the mic around, and for our transcription purposes, just wait for the mic before you start asking your question. And we also ask that you please direct your question to a specific student athlete. We're now being joined by Benny Boatwright and Jordan McLaughlin from the USC Trojans. We'll take questions for our student athletes. Yeah, here back left to start.
John Rook with WEEI. Guys, I wonder, for both Jordan and Benny, if you could tell us what you recall of last year's game with Providence and how it ended out, and maybe your feelings after the game other than the fact that you had lost it.
Jordan, can you take that first?
Yeah, we remember it. It's something that's in the back of our minds. It wasn't one particular thing at the end. I mean, we know what happened at the end, but it was just a thing over the course of the game that that we could have corrected. So we watched it. We watched film on it, and we got to learn from our mistake.
Benny?
Yeah, I could say the same. It was a tough loss, tough way to end the year, but we're excited. We're back in the same position, ready to play.
Right here on the left.
Kevin McNamara with the Providence Journal. Benny, I'm curious how you've recovered from your injury, and did you ever think that this year would be a total washout for you?
It's been tough being out for about 15, 16 games in the year. It's tough to get a rhythm back, but I feel like I'm back, and I'm getting better each day. Nah, I didn't think so. I knew I would work hard enough to get back playing.
Left side again.
I guess my man from the LA Times isn't here yet. Your travel yesterday, I understand it was a little problematic. You just talk about that a little bit?
Benny?
Yeah. It was the plane. Something was going on with the plane, so we had to. It was delayed for a couple hours. We went to the shopping center and got food and all that, and then and then we finally left at around what time we leave? 5. Around 5, and got here around 12 o'clock Eastern time. So it was just a different day.
Jordan?
Yeah, it was just a long day. Anytime your flight's delayed, you spend all day at the airport. It's a long day, but I think some of us got some good sleep last night, and we'll get some good sleep tonight and be ready for it tomorrow.
Yeah, back left again.
Guys, could you just tell us how different you are this year than you were last year when you played Providence, how your team has evolved, and where you feel like maybe your strong points are as opposed to your weak points? Benny,
Jordan?
You want to start with that?
Yes. A year of experience makes a big difference. I can speak for me and Chimezi and I. Being freshmen last year, we didn't know what to expect coming into the game. So this year we know what to expect. And I feel like freshmen, while I was out, they got a lot of minutes. They got to get better while I was out. So now they've found their roles, and I feel like we're ready to play.
Say the same. The experience. The experience helps a lot. It's my third year, second time in the tournament, and I'm just trying to be a leader and lead the guys, our younger guys, especially our freshmen. They've been doing an exceptional job this year. And Benny and Chimezi, they gotten better. They got new roles on this team from last year. And, everybody's taken on their role and accepted it. And I think that's one of the big things for this team.
Yeah, left again.
Jordan, I'm curious, you guys won one game against the top 3 teams in your league. All 3 teams are Final Four level teams or are regarded that way. How do you think your team benefited from just going up against UCLA, Oregon, and Arizona?
It was good. We weren't able to come out with the wins, but we know we're able to compete with top competition. When we played UCLA at our home, we won that one, and then the other 2 times we played them pretty tough. And same with Arizona and Oregon. Those are really 2 tough teams, and I feel like going up against them 2 times and UCLA 3 times, we know we're able to compete with a high caliber team.
Yeah, back here on the right.
Yeah, so this is for both of you. You guys have been traveling quite a bit lately. You were in Vegas last week and then back to LA, and now you're out here in Dayton, Ohio, and potentially playing 3 games in the next 5 days. How well rested do you think your team is headed into this?
Jordan, can you answer that first?
I think we're pretty well rested. Once the season starts, nobody's 100% health-wise. But it's just a matter of getting treatment, in between hours. All the technology and stuff today for treatment and stuff is ridiculous. So, it helps us a lot. We're always taking care of things in the hotel with our trainer. And I think everybody should be fine.
Benny?
Right, yeah. Yeah, like J-Mac said, getting treatment each and every day, keeping your body fresh, stretching, ice bath. I think we'll be ready to go. It's a part of basketball, and this is what we're here for. So we're excited.
Any further questions for our student athletes? All right. Jordan and Benny, thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow night. And next we will be joined by the head coach of the USC Trojans, Andy Enfield, at 1:10. All right, we're now being joined by the head coach of USC, Andy Enfield. Just ask that you silence your cell phones, and there's also no video recording or flash photography allowed. Hey, how are you? Andy, if you like, you can start with an opening statement, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
We're excited to be here, back-to-back NCAA tournaments for our program. Play the same team, Providence, and we're excited to get it going in Dayton tomorrow night.
Questions for Coach Enfield. Back left.
Coach, because I think it's the first time in like 8 or 9 years that teams have actually met in the first round again, back-to-back, like you and Providence have. What do you carry over from last year's game and last year's experience that you think that might help you this year?
We really respect Providence. Coach Cooley and his staff do a great job. They're terrific players. We had a great college basketball game in Raleigh last year. A one-point game at the buzzer, a lot of lead changes, back and forth the entire game. And we're expecting the same type of atmosphere, same type of game tomorrow night. So we know they're a very good team. They're a little different this year. We have new players, they have new players, but there's 3 or 4 core returnees on both sides.
Right here on the left.
Andy, Kevin McNamara with the Providence Journal. Not seeing your team outside of, I think, 1.5 games, we do recognize some names from last year's team. How are you different?
Well, we're 328 out of 351 in experience in the country, so we're young. Last year we had no seniors, and we lost a few guys that were going to be seniors to the professional ranks. So we replaced our upperclassmen with 4 freshmen, and we had 2 transfers. So we have 4 returning players on our roster: Benny Boatwright, Chimezi Metu, who are sophomores, and then our 2 experienced guys, Jordan McLaughlin and Elijah Stewart, who are juniors. So we still have no seniors. Our 2 transfers, Shaquan Aaron is a sophomore. He sat out last year, and then Charles Buggs is a graduate transfer. But those had never played in our system, and our 4 freshmen. So we're totally different than we were last year. Similar system, style of play, just different players.
Yep, right here in the front.
Coach, we're real big about being able to get out here because of the time difference and get your players adjusted, everything like that. How was that delay last night? How did that affect you guys?
What, the 5-hour delay that we had waiting for an aircraft that worked? We're just fortunate to be on an aircraft that got us here. There's no excuses once the ball is tipped. You saw what Michigan went through last week in the Big Ten tournament. And anytime you're dealing with aircrafts, you just have to make sure you're safe and get to where you need to be.
Right here on the left.
There are quite a few teams that are here for the very first time: Northern Kentucky, UC Davis. If you can look back at your time at Florida Gulf Coast, what do you recall about preparing for that experience? What were the biggest challenges that maybe these coaches will face?
Well, I think you're really excited to be here for the first time. But even though as a coach I've been here numerous times, but some of our freshmen, all our freshmen have never been here, and a couple of our transfers. So I think it's an excitement for everybody. And even though you've been here 3 or 4 times or 5 times, you still get really excited for the NCAA tournament. This is the best event in college sports. So as far as the mid-major teams that had to grind it out and win their conference tournament, and there's no at-large bid, you just went through a conference tournament where you had to win 3, 4 games to earn the automatic bid, and that's an accomplishment in itself. So when you walk into an NCAA tournament and you're an underdog, I just told our players we can beat whoever is on that court. You have to play well and have some fun and go and shock the world. So I think most teams that come in are confident because they just won their conference tournament, and I think as a coaching staff, just to keep the confidence up, because when no one cares what the rankings are, what your record or what conference you play in, it's the NCAA tournament, and anyone can win a game.
On the left.
Andy, I'm curious your reaction to the point guard matchup. Last year it was all about the point guards, and slightly different personnel this time with Cartwright and obviously Jordan.
Yeah, last year Chris Dunn was a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. He was exceptional. Jordan McLaughlin is our version of Chris Dunn, just a little smaller, meaning he's 6 feet, Great player. Has been our leader all year. He's our team captain. He's led us in scoring 2 out of the first 3 years. This year's averaged about 13 and 5 assists, almost 2 steals a game. He's been playing terrific basketball. So we're excited for Jordan. He's an all-league player. And Cartwright on the other side for Providence has really improved. He's from California, from Compton, and I give him a lot of credit. He's made a big jump. He's a junior now, and really impressed with his development and his improvement.
Right here in the front.
Talking to some of the players in the locker room, it's kind of a split decision between whether the play-in game is something to get the wheels turning, and another split between not having to play an extra game. How does it play into your role as a coach in getting them prepared for an extra game?
We don't see it as an extra game. This is the NCAA tournament, and this is what you work hard for all season, in the off season, during the season, and we're excited to be here, and we have to play this game in Dayton, and we're really excited to do that. So we don't look at it as an extra game. We just know this is the NCAA tournament. We lose, we go home tomorrow, or if we lose, we go home on Thursday, and we have no more games for a long time.
Back left.
Coach, it's my understanding that you and Ed Cooley have traveled and done some things together on your Nike tours. Who's the better golfer?
Well, that's not even close. No. He's a better entertainer. He's just a terrific person, a lot of fun to be around. But he doesn't make it too many holes in the golf course without asking for another dozen golf balls. But he's certainly fun. If you have a chance to play with Coach Cooley at 18 holes, you should do it. You'll go through about 36 or 46 golf balls, and you'll have some fun.
Any more questions for Coach Enfield? All right. Andy, thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Next scheduled press conference at 1:35. We will be joined by some student athletes from Providence at 1:35. Good. All right. We're now being joined by 4 student athletes from Providence: Rodney Bullock, Emmett Holt, Jalen Lindsay, and Kyron Cartwright. Just ask that you please silence your cell phones. There's also no video recording or flash photography allowed during the press conference. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll bring the mic around to you. Identify yourself by name and affiliation, and we just ask that you please direct your question to a specific student athlete. So we'll open the floor for questions. Yep, front left.
Guys, John Rook, WEEI. I'm just curious, Rodney, at least to start. You were obviously a crucial part of that game last year, as I'm sure you remember, toward the end. Could you tell me what you think perhaps you can carry over from having a successful experience like that last year to this year?
Well, last year, that was a great experience. But leading on to this year, what we could pass on is just the energy that we had and just how close we were going into that game. I felt like it helped us, and just hopefully we just need to just make shots and just carry out our game plan. I think we'll be fine.
Front left.
For Emmett, how has the break been? You obviously haven't played since Thursday, so it'll be almost a full week in between. The time off, how has that helped you guys?
I think it helped us a lot. We regrouped, got a lot of rest. We're working on the simple stuff: passing, catching, shooting. So all that's going to carry over into the game.
Right here on the aisle, on the left.
Hi, this is for Jalen and Kyron. You guys both have played in 3 years worth of NCAA tournament games. How much does experience factor into preparing for a game like tomorrow night?
I think it definitely factors into it a lot because, it helps us lead the younger guys who haven't been here, some of the guys who haven't been here that much, so we can kind of guide them through it and what they need to do, what we need to do as a team. So it definitely helps.
Kyron?
Sometimes, there's a lot of jitters around the game. Some people are young. Sometimes they get nervous. The NCAA tournament is it's not like any other. It's not even like a conference game. It's something different. You just got to play and want to experience it. And I think with our experience, we can kind of help those guys, get their heads right. Be able to focus and things like that.
Back right on the aisle.
For Kyron and Jalen, what have you told the younger guys about what to expect?
Stay focused. Follow the scouting report, listen to the coaches. You just got to come in and be relaxed. You can't come in and be all jittery and nervous. Just come in and play your game. It's just another game. Obviously, it's for different stakes, but it's just another game. So,
Kyron?
Just told the young guys, they gotta expect the other team to play just as hard as we will. Giving it up 100% every play, and that's what I expect from them because, at the end of the day, whoever's on that left side win column, is going to keep playing, and whoever isn't, gets to pack it up and go home.
Yep, front left.
For Jalen, picked 9th preseason. You guys, I don't think ever thought you would be 9th. When did you think that the NCAA tournament was a possibility?
We always thought it was a possibility from the beginning. That's our goal. We came into expecting to make it, but you never know. But we're blessed to be in this opportunity, so we'll definitely take advantage of it.
Yep, back left.
Kyron, specifically for you, but any of the other guys can also answer. Last game of the Big East tournament against Creighton obviously was a little bit of a struggle for you guys in terms of turnovers and free throws. What have you guys talked about, and how have you addressed some of the issues that you had late in the season?
I felt that a lot of those turnovers were on me. I think I had 6 of them. Unfortunately, had something with my family, but I thought when I came back, I felt a half step slower. But with the time that I've been able to get back with the team, I feel like I've came back to, how I was before. And I think I'll be able to limit the turnovers.
Yep, front left.
For Kyron, you obviously played against McLaughlin last year and know him a little bit. You just talk about his game and going up against him. It's a good point guard matchup.
Not just him, you know. A lot of those guys from the Southern California area grew up playing against a lot of those guys. This is probably fifth or sixth time playing against him. He's really people underestimate his athleticism. He's really athletic. It doesn't always show all the time, but he's a quick, crafty guard. Has a variety of ways to finish, and he's a pretty good player.
Back left here on the aisle.
Emmett, this is for you. First year with the team, now here in the NCAA tournament in Dayton. You fly in yesterday. What's this experience been like for you?
It's been a great experience. Ever since I touched down on campus, I felt like a family bond has been made. These guys are like my brothers, and couldn't see going through it without with anybody else.
Any further questions for our student athletes? All right, gentlemen, thank you. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
And we are scheduled to be joined by the head coach of Providence, Ed Cooley, at 1:55. We're now joined by the head coach of the Providence Friars, Ed Cooley. Just a couple quick things. We ask that you silence your cell phones. There's no video recording or flash photography allowed. And we bring the mic around. If you got a question, raise your hand. We'll bring a mic to you. We just ask name and affiliation before you ask your question. Ed, if you'd like, you can make an opening statement and open the floor for questions.
Well, first of all, Providence College is excited to be here. It's been an up and down season for us, with a lot of new faces. We're excited to be playing a talented USC team. It's been a grind of a year. We're so excited to throw the ball up. Happy to be here in Dayton and excited to get this game going tomorrow night. The Friars are really excited to be here.
Questions for Coach Cooley in the back, on the left.
Coach, what can you take away from last year's experience against USC that you can tell your guys and use that as a tool for tomorrow's game?
Well, the biggest experience you can take is we won the game. But I think both teams are totally different. We have 5 of our 9-man rotation that are first-year guys. I know USC has a very young team, but they have a core group of guys that actually played in the game much like ours. But same systems, but different personnel. So there's a couple of things we can take away. I think their style of play is still the same. Ours is very similar, but, totally different personnel.
You're on the right, on the aisle.
Ed picked, ninth at the start of the season in the Big East. Was there a point in the season where you said, okay, I know that we can do a lot better than that?
Actually, right when the polls came out, Kevin. Right when the polls came out, and again, as a coach, you have to be a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a neurologist, a phlebotomist. You got to be everything other than a coach early. And I told him there's no way this team will end up in 9th place. I don't know. We won't be 9th or 10th. We'll find a way. We'll make it happen. And honestly, up until about a month ago, I didn't realize that we had 5 newcomers to our team that we had to gel and develop. So I wasn't surprised at the synergy and chemistry of the group once we started playing well. This was a surprise to me, quite frankly. I think our team overachieved in many ways. I think luck played into that. A little bit of luck came into that. But I thought after our first 2 road games at Xavier, then at Butler, we didn't play well at all. We actually got smashed in both of those games. I don't think we were emotionally prepared. But I think that set up a really good run for us because the group said, hey, when you go into these games, it's really competitive. And then once we got going a little bit, I said, guys, we're a little bit better than you think. And the 2 main guys that I thought were better than they thought was Kyron Cartwright, number 1, and Emmett Holt. They had to play to their play was great, but their mentality wasn't that they were great players. So we had to convince them that they were great players to perform night in and night out.
You're on the left.
Do you feel that going through the rigors of a league like the Big East is of some benefit to teams, or do you view the NCAA tournament as maybe more of a clean slate? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we're all biased when it comes to our conferences as coaches, and I can sit here and tell you the Big East is an elite-level conference with great players. The different styles of play that all of us play prepare you for this big stage. So there's not a style of play we haven't seen, whether it's slow down, speed, zone, man, triangle and 2. All of us coaches have seen it all. So I think we're prepared. Going on the road and winning games on the road in any league is very difficult. We've been able to accomplish a couple of those wins in some difficult circumstances. So, yeah, the Big East has more than prepared us to play this game tomorrow night.
Right here in the aisle on the left.
Coach, I talked to Kyron and Jalen in the previous press conference about how this is going to be their 3rd time around. This is your 4th time around. How's been preparing for this, your 4th trip, different than the previous 3 times, given that you have that kind of experience?
Well, I think I'm excited. It's a different feeling every year because you have a different team. I'm really proud of the group, and you really give a lot of credit to our administration, allow us to sit here. We as coaches don't get here without the support of, your president, your athletic director, and your board of trustees to give you the resources to recruit the student athletes to come to Providence College. But there's a different excitement in me. This is the 4th excitement I've had. I'm happy. It's a new place. I've never been to Dayton. So I appreciate how hospitable everybody at Dayton has been. You know, walking into the arena today, I had an opportunity to see Coach Miller, who was an assistant coach with me on the 19 and under gold medal team over in Greece. So I can't tell you how happy and how blessed I am to be sitting here in front of you. I'm still pinching myself. I can't believe we're here. I really can't. Don't forget we were picked 9th in the Big East.
Yep, here on the right.
Ed, last year's game against SC, obviously a lot of focus on Chris Dunn. You have a different point guard this year. They have the same point guard, McLaughlin. Can you just kind of compare and contrast those two guys and how important a matchup is that?
Well, last year with Chris was a two-way player defensively. He was a monster with the ball. You know, he can take over a game at any point. Ben could get you 40 on any given night. I think Ben took 40 shots actually the first half against them last year. This kid, McLaughlin, I think is their glue guy. He's very talented. He plays with different paces, different speeds. He's really, really good in the ball screen. He's the maestro for them. You know, I think he's one of the best guards in the country. I think he's an all-league player in the Pac-12. We got our hands full with him. You know, we got to really do a good job staying attached. But he's not the only guy for them we got to pay attention to. But to answer your question, I mean, that's a really, really tough matchup for us. Hopefully Kyron is up for that challenge.
Was not himself at the Big East tournament because of his travel and his family situation. How's he been since?
I think he's been a lot better, yes. I mean, I thought we struggled in the Big East tournament. You know, Kyron had to fly across the country and back over a 48-hour period. Really took some steam out of him, plus emotionally what he was going through. But we're behind him 100%. Most of the time, you're going to get 2 or 3 games a season where you kind of scratch your head and say, you know, is this our team? And that was a head-scratcher against Creighton. Actually, I thought it was really one of our better defensive games of the year. But anytime you turn the ball over 22 times, 15 in the second half, 1 assist, you're not going to win many games that way. And saying that, with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to play, we had the ball down 6, you know, and then we turned it over again. It went from 6 to 10 really quick, and that closed the game out. So as bad as we played, we still gave ourselves a chance because we dialed in defensively and tried to get some stops. He has to be better. In order for us to advance, Kyron has to play an A-plus game. Rodney has to play an A-plus game. Emmett and Jalen, those are the guys that night in and night out we're going to depend on. And it's the oldest 4 in our locker room. So those guys have to lead us, and if they do, we're going to be a tough out.
Any further questions for Coach Cooley?
Thanks a lot
Ed,
for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.